Hello friends, good morning. Welcome to LeggLife and welcome to Juneau, Alaska. Obviously we are off our ship this morning, off the Caribbean Princess, and we have what I think will be a great day in one of our favorite Alaskan cities. And we're gonna bring you guys along for all of it. So it is just after 9 a.m. We just got off the Caribbean Princess here on the left. We are walking down the Sea Walk, which is kind of this boardwalk that leads you right into the downtown part of Juneau. And we are going to pick up our car because, as we always do in Juneau, we rented a Turo so that we can go explore on our own today. And as we continue our walk up the dock here, of course, Sherry Beth had to stop, grab some flower photos. I do want to show you blue skies again today. I mean, it is a huge gift whenever it happens, but we've had great weather this trip. Here on the dock, they have some great artwork. You can see this totem right here. They've got the Welcome to Juneau sign right there. Tracy's King Crab Shack is this building kind of right there with the point. That's a popular destination. And it may only be like 9:30 in the morning, but there's already a line at Tracy's King Crab Shack. You can see we have a celebrity ship in port with us today. Now here's the thing, Sherry and I have been to Juneau lots of times. We live here in Alaska. I come to Juneau for work regularly. We've come here just for vacation. We love this town, but because we've been here a lot, we have our favorite things to do. So whenever we bring friends or family with us and it's their first time in Juneau, like it is Mom's and Maureen's today, what we want to do is take them to all of our favorite places. So that's exactly what we're doing. There's one of the double-decker buses from Holland America Princess. Those were new last year. And the guy that we got the Turo from sent me the location, and it is this little black car right up here. This is gonna be our wheels around Alaska's capital city. We are in our car, good to go. So some things we're gonna do later today is we're going to go to Mendenhall Glacier. We're gonna go to the Shrine of St. Therese, one of our favorite places in all of Alaska. It is unbelievably peaceful. If you've watched LeggLife, you have seen it many times. It's the one place whenever we come to Juneau we go to. We're gonna go to the big whale statue in downtown. We're gonna have some delicious food. But first, you guys, we gotta work.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. We live here in Alaska. This is a vacation, but it's a little bit of a working vacation. So we probably need an hour and a half of work. So we're gonna go to one of our favorite local coffee shops. We already know where it is.
Yep.
And then we're going to work for a little bit and we'll pick you guys up a little bit later. Coffee shop we're going to is right up here. It's called Heritage Coffee Roasters. It is a local roaster here in Juneau and they have amazing coffee. All right, we've got our workstation all set up. I just uploaded a YouTube video. Sherry's working on payroll. I already submitted my part of payroll. Sometimes even on vacation, you gotta take a little bit of time to do some work. You guys, we are all done with work. Got it finished. We stepped back outside. It is even more beautiful than it was earlier. We got a few minutes to kill, so Sherry's gonna stop into Rainy Retreat Books, one of her favorite bookstores in all of Alaska. While Sherry's in the bookstore, I am standing outside holding her iced vanilla chai. I don't know if they allow drinks inside, but just be safe. She can bookshop. I can hold her drink. Did you find any books?
Of course I did.
Did you get any books? Oh, you found some, you didn't get any. Also, I do want to apologize. I might have drinking a little bit of your chai. I do want to point this out as we walk through downtown heading back to our car. This is the Sealaska Heritage Store. Maybe one of the best locations to buy like authentic Alaska native art in Juneau. Definitely check it out. Stop number one for us today was the space that both my mom and Rena requested, the Shrine of St. Therese. So excited to be back here. Now there aren't any tours that come here that I know of, so you would have to have your own car, get a ride out here. But again, we think in Juneau, getting a Turo is the way to go because you get to see so many things like this, like Mendenhall Glacier, which we'll show you later. But now let's go to the shrine. Okay, we just got down here on the shrine property and we've seen whales before in this area and there's one right there. So one of the things you want to do, Sherry thinks she saw one over here too. So one of the things you want to do is watch for where the boats are, because these are like wildlife scene boats or wildlife viewing boats. So if you see a bunch of them gathered in one spot like this, there's probably wildlife, and We just saw the whale, so we know it's there. So we have officially seen whales every single day this cruise. That's not too bad. Here is the prayer labyrinth out here at the shrine. The shrine island is out there. We'll go see that in a second. You can see beautiful flowers all the way around. Mom and Rena doing the labyrinth here. Sherry just said, I've got to go get pictures of those blue poppies, which is very on brand for Sherry. All along the grounds of the shrine, you can see you have the water here. They have these little blue flowers. These are forget-me-nots. These are the state flower of Alaska. Gotta tell you, look at all of the people here at the shrine. I really love it. I'm glad more and more people are discovering this, because this is just one of the most spectacular places in all of Alaska. We're gonna take this path out there onto this little island. That is where the little stone shrine building is. We're just getting out here on a little area. You can see the stone chapel. Getting our first look at that. And the views from the shrine are absolutely stunning. It's just the kind of place that I don't think ever want to leave. And here is the chapel. Now there may be people inside praying or worshiping, so we are not going to speak when we go in, but I will show it to you. Look at these little squirrels. We were just sitting here enjoying the view, and oh, there's 3 of them. Oh my gosh. They're so cute. They just live here in the rocks below the cross, I guess. We were just joking how we saw whales earlier and we were so excited. Yet now we're obsessed with these squirrels. Oh, there they are. The sun continues to shine as we head away from the Shrine of St. Therese, making our way kind of back over there. Mom's grabbing a seat on the bench over there. Sherry and Rena are walking up the path, just kind of taking in the views. I cannot believe the weather today. I mean, this is absolutely gorgeous. I'm telling you guys, you probably get sick of me saying this in every video I come to Juneau, but if you can, this is a place you've got to see. And here's the thing, Sherry and I are not Catholic, but this is one of those places that just feels sacred. It just feels peaceful and solemn, and oh my gosh, it's just absolutely my favorite. So come to Juneau. Maybe you're getting a car like we did today. I definitely recommend coming out here to the Shrine of St. Therese. Sherry Beth, I just told them that they probably get sick of us sounding like a broken record every time we come to Juneau.
I don't care.
It's amazing.
It is. It's beautiful.
We got to see whales yet again. Not the first time we've seen whales from here. And it's just, oh my goodness. I know, it's perfection. Also, you're really cute. I'm not sure if it's okay for me to say that in like a holy place, but you're really cute. As we are heading out of the shrine, I think our next stop is going to be lunch. And for lunch, we are going to a place that is a local favorite. It is called the Sandbar. It is part dive bar, part best like deep fried halibut and chips you've ever had. So Sherry and I have been there. We love it. Gonna take Mom and Rena there for lunch. This is where we're having lunch, and you may look at it and say, why? It really is the best halibut and chips in Juneau. This is a place that locals go. In fact, some friends of ours who lived here introduced us to this place, and we instantly fell in love. So if you want a place that is not touristy at all, has super fresh seafood, come to the Sandbar. Our food has arrived. We went with a large order of the halibut and a medium order. Figured that all 4 of us could split it, and then it comes with these like potato wedges, chips, slice things. But look how huge some of this halibut is. Here by the front door, they have a Coastal Living magazine article, America's favorite seafood dives. The Sandbar and Grill in Alaska is one of them, and rightfully so. That was amazing. Well, we have visited the shrine. We've had the most delicious halibut. Next stop, Mendenhall Glacier, right up here. I dropped off Mom, Sherry, and Rena And I just went and parked the car. Walking up now, we're not gonna hike back to Nugget Falls, which is one of our favorite things to do, but we figured we'd at least stop, get some glacier photos, and see one of the most visited sites in all of Alaska, Mendenhall Glacier. Walking up to the pavilion, I can see the girls down in there, and we have the beautiful purple flowers. I think these are lupine right over here. And look at that, there she is, Mendenhall Glacier. Really beautiful. And you can see over there on the right, that white spot right there's Nugget Falls. And if you're new to our channel, you might not know this, but this last winter I was here in Juneau for work, and the lake here was frozen, and I actually got to walk across the frozen lake right there to the face of Mendenhall Glacier. It was such a cool experience. Huh, I wonder how they know the porcupines always stop there. So Mom said that it had been about 20 years since she's been to Mendenhall Glacier, and she commented on how far the glacier has retreated in the last 20 years. I have only been seeing it for the last 10 years, and I've noticed a difference. But it was cool. I'm glad we came and got to see it.
Yep.
And I think this shows why I love renting a Turo in Juneau, because there's a lot of people to Glacier. Most of them booked an excursion to get here, or they're taking one of the local buses to get here. For 4 people, if we just would have done the cost of going to Mendenhall Glacier, it would have been more expensive than renting the car for the day. The car let us go to the shrine, let us go to the Sandbar, when we still have more stuff to do. So I'm telling you guys, renting a Turo in Juneau and going to hit all of the hot spots is the way to go.
Doing your own excursions.
Yes. You guys, we are leaving Mendenhall Glacier, and there is a bear right here in the road. Oh my goodness. Look at this. So he's just over there munching on some dandelions. Looks like he might, looks like he might be ready to lay down and take a little nap. Man, whales and bears in one day. And squirrels. I can't forget the squirrels, that's true. So we've been sitting here for several minutes, and he is just still munching away. Sits down, lays down, stands up, moves around, eats some more dandelions. And this is exactly what gave it away. We've said this in past vlogs. When you're looking for wildlife in Alaska, look for people. Look for them stopped, look for them pointing, look for them looking. Because as soon as we saw all the vehicles, we knew there must be something to see. And sure enough, there is. Okay, so look at the cubs. Oh my gosh. Are coming out of the woods right behind. Oh, we just saw their faces pop out right behind Mama. Let's see if they're gonna come out.
Not a he, it's a she.
It is not a he, it is a she.
That was just great.
That was amazing. Stop the Alaska Brewing Company tasting room. You can't come to Juneau and not go to at least one of the amazing local breweries. So here's the menu at Alaska Brewing. Of course, they have their well-known beers like the Alaskan Amber, the Alaskan White, the Kolsch. But they also have other things. They have an orange cream non-alcoholic soda. That's what my mom got. They have a Cosmo hard seltzer, a green apple hard seltzer. And they have one of the best brewery merch stores in the entire state, which makes sense because they are the biggest brewery in Alaska. You can get their stuff actually on our cruise ship. They have a bunch of Alaskan brewing items, which I always think is super cool. Our drinks are done. I had the green apple sparkling seltzer? Hard seltzer?
Hard seltzer.
Green apple hard seltzer. Sherry had the Cosmo hard seltzer.
I win.
No surprise, Sherry's was way better than mine. Next stop here in Juneau is the absolutely amazing whale statue here on the waterfront. You can see we got totems. The whale, it does have a fountain built into it, and so it was just going off. You can see cruise ships back over there. So awesome. Mom's walking around exploring. Got the bridge to Douglas Island. That is Douglas Island over there across the way. Sherry Beth is over there reading signs. You can see we've got float planes taking off right from the water. Oh no, don't hit the whale, oh no. Okay, everything's fine. Also, there's a guy here selling lemonade and cookies, so you know I bought a cookie. The fountain on the whale just came on. You can see the water coming out of the blowhole. And at nighttime, they light it up, so there's different colored lights. It is really beautiful at nighttime. Obviously, during summer in Alaska, not a lot of nighttime. Saying goodbye to the whale statue, Mom. What do you think?
Whale statue.
Cool? Worth seeing?
Awesome. Very cool.
Hey, great. Here is another food favorite of ours in Juneau, pelmeni. They're little Russian dumplings. Absolutely amazing. We have one in Anchorage as well. One of our favorite little treats. All right, so there are two stores we wanted to go to before we left Juneau. Still Frost and Fur right here. We'll go in next, and then Hearthside Books right down there. Another bookstore Sherry loves. I actually have that pennant. I think I got it at the Alaska Wood Bowl Company in Fairbanks a couple years ago. That's fun. You can see they've got lots of different stuff here. They have teas from local tea companies, lots of shirts, hoodies, just different Alaska things. I actually really love these little Alaska pennants. And they have the zip code here in Juneau and Douglas. Now, another bookstore with Sherry. No surprise. Alert, alert. Sherry has 3 books.
I'm not gonna buy them all.
You're not gonna buy them all? Are you deciding?
I'm deciding.
Oh. All right, you ready? You got 1 book. One of the last things we're gonna do in Juneau, we're getting pelmeni. All right, we're gonna show you the magic of a pelmeni. So it is a Russian dumpling that is served like this. A piece of rye bread. You can get beef or potato. We got beef. It's got curry powder, melted butter, and cilantro. And it normally has this sauce on top. This is basically a sriracha vinegar mix, which I love. Sometimes it's a bit much for Sherry, so she's having it on the side.
I like it just a little bit, but I don't want it all over.
I like it a little bit. And then, of course, sour cream. These are one of the best. So they have pelmeni in Sitka, Juneau, and Anchorage. So if you're in one of those cities, find it, eat it, you won't be disappointed. I'm telling you, one of the very best little treats in Alaska. Even though we can get these at home, Juneau was the first place I ever had pelmeni, so it feels fitting to get them while we're here. We just dropped off our Turo right there. Sherry and I are now making our way back to the ship. We're walking up the dock. We are getting closer to our ship right there, the Caribbean Princess. You can see the Norwegian Encore over to the right as well. We have made it back to the ship, gonna cross the little area there and then back on board. Just like that, we are back on board the Caribbean Princess. And look at that, we got the elevator that has the pretties, as Sherry calls it. And after a long but amazing day in Juneau, back to our stateroom. We rested in our room for a little while, and now we're back out exploring the ship, and we walked by the soft serve ice cream machine, so might as well take one in. From the pool deck of the Caribbean Princess, can you guys see the Mount Roberts tramway? You can see the tram cars going down and coming up right there. Not a bad thing to see from the pool deck here. We came over here to deck 16. You can see the big, well, kind of Caribbean Princess sign. But look at the view from up here. Also, Sherry's eating my, give me that. I am showing Sherry, and I don't even know the name of this pool. This is, I think I showed it in an earlier vlog. Maybe. Whoa, good job, muscles. This is that pool that's right by this spa that most people think is like a private area, but it's totally a part of the rest of the ship. This is open to everybody. And then on deck 16, you also have the best view of the amazing Sea Witch icon, the Princess Cruise logo. Of course, Sherry and I stopped to get photos. Well, we have felt the ship's engines turn on. We've been sitting up here on deck 18, just reading and hanging out. And I think we're going to be pulling away from Juneau here in the next few minutes. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see that, but we are pulling out of Juneau. The ship is now pushing away from the dock. We've got the sun over there going behind the mountains on a beautiful, beautiful Juneau evening. The front of the ship up there now turning to point us right out the harbor as we get ready to head out of Juneau. Sherry just went back to the stateroom to go to sleep. She is absolutely exhausted and wants a good night's sleep tonight, so she's going to bed. I am roaming the ship and I'm walking through the art gallery. Look at this Harry Potter piece. Oh my gosh, I love that. Yes, we got Star Wars down below. Brave. There's the Tangled print. That is Sherry's favorite Disney movie. Just headed out here to the promenade deck, and you can see we are leaving. This is Douglas over here. This is an area called Sandy Beach. You can actually park over there, and then this is sand, and when it's on low tide, you can walk all the way out here. It's actually one of my favorite walks, and there is a trail from the Sandy Beach Park that goes kind of back through the woods over here to an old abandoned, I think it was a mine. We did it with our friends Rance and Brittany when they lived here. Actually, they lived right over there. If they were still here, we'd be waving at them, saying goodbye. Also, I see some smoke up in the woods up there. Hoping it's just a fire from a house or a little campfire. Wildfires are a big issue here in Alaska. All right, I am having the best cruise night. I've got pizza, I'm under a blanket, and the movie Under the Stars tonight is Dirty Dancing. One of my favorite throwback movies because nobody puts baby in the corner. All right, friends, back in the stateroom. I've watched Dirty Dancing. Sherry Beth is laying in bed reading, and I just wanted to end the vlog. What a day in Juneau. What a day. We saw whales, we saw bears, we saw Mendenhall Glacier, we got to see the shrine, we got to eat amazing halibut, we got to walk around, go to some fun bookstores. It is hard to imagine a better 12-hour day in Juneau than what we had today. It really was just an amazing day. Leaving Juneau and ending this day with just feeling super full. Like, what a great day it was. Tomorrow we are in Skagway. We don't have a lot of plans in Skagway. It's going to be a pretty light day, I think, but we're going to bring you guys along for all of it as we explore Skagway, Alaska, a city that we have been to now multiple times and that we absolutely love. So we're going to show you some of our favorite things there tomorrow. You guys, we love you. Thanks for hanging out with us on this cruise vlog. And I and Sherry are going to sleep. Good night, friends.